Think about a
around.
Oh, my God.
Hard in the wall.
Oh, that was a hard lick.
And that is Brian Vickers.
Another right rear tire went down to me.
My gosh, that was a hard lick.
You know, we saw a bit of smoke come off this 14 car just as he starts to get into turn one. You can start to see the sidewall of the tire hanging out.
There she goes.
There's just nothing you can do in that situation.
Goodness.
Oh, Clint Boyer just caught him. Let's ride with Kurt Busch in the 41.
We took that break because I need to take a breath, and I'm really excited that I'm up here. Right now.
Around goes Johnson.
Oh, you're going to tear it all. It just
yeah, he hit the front splitter, ripped the front end right off that car.
Caution waves.
Be done.
Oh, boy, Kyle Larson did a nice job there.
Wow. Let's ride along with Jimmy.
Jamie just starts bump drafting the 5 car, and it starts getting the 5 loose and getting side to side, and eventually it just turns them right into the outside into A.J. Allmendinger, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, I talked about this earlier.
Looks like lost the right rear tire, maybe.
Pretty good chance of that. He definitely was loose right there going in there.
And so we're watching him and what he's going to do.
Let's watch from the Goodyear blimp and see what happens at the front of the field.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Edwards and Keselowski touch.
And then they maybe touch again.
Squeeze play.
No, you know, Mears in the 13 bammed into the 2 of Keselowski and shot him into the 19 of Edwards.
I'd love to hear the 19 car spotter to see if he thought he was clear there, because he definitely squeezed that 2 up there, and I don't know if he was quite clear of him.
I believe the 13 got into the back of the 19 and drove him forward.
When things jam up in a hurry.
Man, how many wrecks you see on the back straightaway? I mean, one right after another.
Well, and the thing that happens here late in the race, nobody's checking up. And this is when I say bumper cars at 200 miles per hour, because it really is. Nobody's going to. Wow.
Whoa! No, that's it.
That was all at the back. We may make it to the checkered flag. The wreck is at the tail end.
They're 2 by 2. You're clear by 2.
Leaders on the back straightaway. Coming hard.
So it looked like Hamlin put a big block on the 27 car. The 20 gets right in there behind Menard, and then as they got into turn 1, it looked like they just ran out of room between the 20 and the 1. He was already side by side with the 2, and then caught up the 78 in that as well. Into the Daytona 500, Michael McDowell put a big spin on him, and then the 7 car behind Regan Smith had nowhere to go and got into the back of the 98 and turned him. That right there shows you that closing rate. Wow.
Around goes Brian Scott.
Boy, that didn't take much at all. We saw Michael McDowell drop down to the inside, actually trying to help out Brian Scott, and it just brought that car around in a hurry.
Right behind it, but a little further back. Michael Waltrip got in the back of Newman's 31. And the 35, David Gilliland, got into Waltrip.
Now, did you see what the rear wheels, they were going forward, but then when he spun, all of a sudden they started going backwards, and that's when you can hurt. Whoa, baby.
Busch to block, down to the bottom, up to the top. Busch to block. No.
Blocking, yeah.
Trash heap.
Fellas, we're enough. Grass at 2.
What a mess.
Murray, great restrictor plate driver. He gets a good run, but he doesn't quite get there, and then he moves up to block the 48, who has a good run coming on the outside. They make contact, and here's the results of that.
Kurt Busch just went right through there in a shower of sparks. Here are the 3 most badly damaged cars, and Danica Patrick as well.
You can see where Jimmy Johnson just started to get a bumper to the rear bumper or the quarter panel of the 1.
Man, look at that 20 car go up under the back of Martin Truex car. Just lifted it off the ground.
Let's have a look from the Goodyear blimp at the overlap between the 1 and 48 as they come through the tri-oval here. He's going to get a lot of damage, but he is able to continue on and finish 3rd.
Wow.
Behind Kyle Busch and McMurray.
I guess the question will be on the 41, is that repairable damage? Will they have to go to a backup car? Because he's certainly going to get a good starting position if he finishes fourth.
I think the right side of that car is pretty torn up. I'm not sure they can fix that.
We certainly know they can't fix any of these cars.
No. The 20 car, watch him go up on the back of the 78.
A wild finish in Daytona for race 2 of the Can-Am Duel. Stick around. We'll have complete post-race coverage on Fox Sports Live. Let's join Mike Hill and Ryan Field.
We're starting to see handling become a big issue. You can see the back of the car just comes up out a little bit. Looks like the 19th of Carl Edwards, when he got up to his left rear, it just started pushing the air on that car, and it just took the air off of his spoiler, and around he came.
It just stepped out, and I think it shows, Jeff and I were talking about this earlier, how hot the third and fourth turn is, because the sun beams down on that end of the speedway. Then we got a little tailwind off of turn 4, and we've seen a number of cars get loose.
Watch this as he gets to the tri-oval grass, and that blade just digs in.
Yep. Just rips the nose right off the car. Here you go. Boom.
Oh. Not sure if there was any damage to the front of Carl Edwards, number 19, as Elliott came right across his bow.
Maybe Joey even had to check up, and when he did that, it just took all the air off of Brian's car and off that rear spoiler, and around it went.
Saw the 19 car right there, Carl Edwards. He hit the wall. I really think you're right. What happened was, I think Joey's been having to lift off turn 4 there a little bit because the car.
That was DiBenedetto first into the outside wall.
Well, he got a double whammy.
By Buescher.
Anytime you see the rear tires lift up off of a car as it makes impact, you know that's a huge hit.
What I don't like about that is that Buescher hit the wall head on, and then he got hit by DiBenedetto here in the driver's or in the right side, trying to get a double whammy here.
Can't quite grasp what turned both of those cars. No. They weren't really right together when they came into frame and headed towards the wall.
Hard crash for Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming off.
Right rear quarter panel to 14. But as he gets off the corner, it just comes around on him.
We've seen that several times today. You start to make an abrupt move like that off 4, you spin out.
That looked almost just like Chase Elliott's
Exactly. His
teammate.
Well, you know, we've documented all week long how fast these cars are.
Popped out of there in a hurry.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Nobody made contact with him as he shot through there. Big impact into that inside wall. Luckily, safer barrier lessened that impact by a lot. Here on Danica, goes to the inside. Danica wants to squeeze him and try to prevent him from making that pass. He clips her and turns her right into the grass, and unfortunately he turns himself as well into that outside wall.
A lot of movement of these cars down the back straight. We see Danica in the 10 right there. There she goes down on the inside. That car really got light. The wheels come off the ground. Roof lid.
Wow.
Push it back down.
That is turf management at its worst right there.
Spectacular shot, and she did a great job keeping it going straight, not getting into that inside wall there, causing more damage.
Let's show you this in real time.
You know, we talk about getting runs.
It was a pretty decent lap.
Carl Edwards getting down into, boy, you can just see how it just snapped. It really jumped out on him. He did an excellent job not losing it more than he did. I'm with you, DW. I'd like to see that right rear tire.
Yeah, it's soft. I saw him when he was rolling down the back there. That's the 47 down on the inside, and he pushes up.
He doesn't hit him. He just gets so close to him, it frees him up, turns him sideways. Back of the quarter panel on Larson gets into the wall, but he keeps it going straight.
Yeah, there's a 7 car, and there's a 42 in the smoke. Has no idea where to go.
Yeah, really hard to say from that angle. A lot of smoke. Obviously, something happened earlier getting into the corner.
Smith was 24th. Larson was another lap down in 34th.
Yeah, I think Larson was just caught in that smoke back. You see him spinning back there, and then there's just so much smoke. You know, it doesn't look like it from here, but when you're in the car, it's just hard to see.
And I'm just wondering if Larson knew how much damage he had to that right rear.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
That was incredible.
Whoa, trouble.
2 cars around, one in the wall.
A lot of cars.
Watch your inside. Block her down.
A lot of cars.
Incredible save not to spin out, but then the 21 dove in behind him. When he got in behind him, that 78 was on the outside of him, just took the air right off him. He did a great job, but unfortunately, Chase Elliott had nowhere to go.
Kurt Busch sliding by.
Kurt Busch, the 19 of Carl Edwards, spins and connects, makes contact with the 24 Chase Elliott. A lot of damage to that 20 car.
They just got all wadded up.
For that one. Yeah, it looked like the 41 tried to get inside the 19, and
no room.
They made no room. They made contact.
Just not any room.
Saw Clint Boyer go down on the apron to miss this. We're going to ride with him next.
Be surprised.
I think when I saw the car go by, Jeff, it just looked like maybe a brake heat, and it cooked the bead. That's exactly what Larry was saying. I think he's right.
Yeah.
Same thing he says. He thinks something broke.
Yeah, it happened pretty early getting down in there, but that is in the braking zone. Hopefully, I mean, it looks so similar to what we saw with Ryan Newman in the 31.
I'm almost certain it's another right front bead.
Now those are teammates. Both cars. In the number 17, Roush Fenway Ford up and into the wall hard in turn number 1. It put us under the 3rd caution flag of the day.
And this can happen, Chris. Every driver's had been scared of this before, but during qualifying, you've got that car right on the edge, and it went hard into that outside wall. Look at that impact.
So the number 5 will come into view there.
And there she goes. She just turned dead right. That tire goes down. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I'm quite certain it's another bead that melted, and right there in the big load part of the corner, it gave out.
So now the question becomes 2 tires or 4.
Well, guys, we've
car Kyle Busch, because he had just gotten by our leader Kevin Harvick, so that'll get him caught back up.
Left rear tire apparently on Chris Buescher's car. Left of your screen is Kyle Busch, and around goes Kyle Larson.
Ooh, bam! Oh, big impact.
Man.
Thank God that safer barrier is there, but that was still a huge impact.
2nd caution of the day, lap 48.
Top up there. Coming.
Oh, yeah, you can just see right there. Left rear tire goes out, and he's
Yeah.
lost control. At this moment, he's trying to keep it going straight.
Yeah.
Hits the outside wall.
This is the one that's going to hurt.
he's just
Watch
going
this
along
thing come
for the
down
ride.
through here, head on into that inside wall.
Just
Roof flap.
nothing he can do at this point.
Just hang on. And
Straight into the safer
watch
barrier.
that safer barrier. Watch that thing flex and shoot that car back out.
Now you're talking about a 3,400-pound piece of machinery lifted all 4 wheels up in the ground and spins it around like a top.
Probably running about 140, maybe 50 miles an hour, even
In the scrub,
at that point,
yeah,
trying to scrub off speed.
As it scrubs off speed, still carrying a tremendous amount of speed.
That's huge.
Here's another look.
Just can't catch. The left rear is down. The car wants to turn right. Hits that outside wall. And watch this safer barrier. I mean, that thing bowed in, and it absorbed all that energy. If that is a concrete wall, totally different story.
Kyle Larson climbed out of the car okay.
He's got a lot of damage to the car even before this, Mike.
Now you can see that wall just sucked him into the wall, and he just grinded along the right side.
Here.
Underneath Casey Kane. Looks like Casey
Whoa,
went to go
Casey just
tuck in behind her and just misjudged it, got into her right rear, turned her into the wall. Hard impact.
Man, right down the straightaway here. Woo.
All right, let's ride along.
Dale Jr. stuck on the outside here. Whoa, whoa!
Oh, no!
Around he goes.
Hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake. There's
Fighting for 20th here.
You can see David Reagan got the curb a little bit, and he drifted up. And when he did, he body slammed the 88, and it just cut the... Oh, wow.
Brian Scott right behind him.
Yeah. Oh my! I mean, he does a heck of a job holding on to it, but still just carrying too much speed there. We saw this happen in qualifying with Trevor Bayne. You drive in, and when you get on the brakes, especially depending on your brake balance, if you got too much to the rear, we get what we call wheel hop, and the rear tires just start to lose grip and chatter going in there. You lose control of the car, can't slow the car down, and in the wall.
You're doing about 120, probably 20.
What do we see here? We see a net loose.
No, he just gets loose.
Looks like
now
it.
there could have been some contact with the 32, maybe a little earlier back in the corner, but he just gets loose. It looks like.
Boy, I tell you.
Wow, look at the 15 get into the 32, turn him sideways.
Well, he didn't want to hit his teammate.
Well, and he's trying to get by that wreck before he gets caught up in it.
A pit stop under caution. If Matt does not, then he'll be the leader. There's Josh Wise up and in the wall, turn 3.
Got the car. They'd actually taken it to the garage once and worked on it, come back out.
Pretty hard hit.
Oh yeah, he's contact by the 5 of Casey Kane.
Casey Kane.
Biffle, left a little bit of a door open there, was closing it, and the 5 just put it right, there, and there was just no room.
Carl Edwards will get the free pass. That is
There
The
might
less
just
advantage
be
those
one
tires
right there
are.
off of turn 2.
Oh yeah, this is going to bring it out.
Austin
it's
Dillon
gonna cause a big
spins
wreck.
around
Big
and
wreck.
crashing behind him.
Still
His
going.
two
Man.
teammates, Menard and Ryan Newman, all get caught up in Austin
Somebody
Dillon's
got
wreck.
into.
See the closing rate of those newer tires, right? The 11 kind of got him loose and got him up the racetrack, and then right in front of the 48.
I think you're right.
He comes across right in front of Stenhouse.
Oh, Stenhouse just clipped him.
Nailed him.
That's going to really hurt that left front fender.
I think it's,
Look at
it
all
might even be
3
worse.
of the Childress cars piled up there.
So you can see the 3 of Austin trying to get down, but the right front of the 11 gets him loose. He goes up the racetrack. Jimmy's checked up sideways, trying not to get into him.
Stay off of him.
Wow, look at that. Amazing save by Jimmy.
Boy, and by Trevor Bayne, who got almost
Bam.
sideways.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That
3's like a pinball.
17's pretty bad.
Well, he tried to pull it down in front of the 11. The 11 sent him into me, and then I finished him off. For you okay on your car? Yeah, I just tapped him. He just tried shutting the door on the 11, and it wasn't going to happen.
And that's the downside
Riding
to
with
staying
Kevin
out.
Harvick.
20 half back, trying to get a run here inside. Checking up in front of you, watch it, easy, inside. Keep coming, yellow's out. So we get...
Number of drivers have pitted, led by have had the best luck in the bottom groove.
Yeah.
Oh, one in
trouble
front.
on the 18.
Right
He blew it.
front, I think.
I think he blew a right front tire, man. That thing shot dead right.
Yellow's out.
Caution out at lap 52. 34 at Chris
Oh,
Buescher.
he got loose
No, it's
pretty
just-
early there, DW.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't get to the patch.
To me, it looked like he came out of the brakes and really let the car roll, and his car, he likes to run his car loose, and it just came around right there.
Chris Buescher got a little damage.
Well, there's a
Maybe
lot
he
of
has to
cars in
check
front.
up.
Yeah, you got to check up right here.
Yeah,
41 his
stacked
brother.
up. The 34.
And they just pile drived him.
The 34 of Chris Buescher just came in there with a bunch of speed. It's a domino effect when that first car checks up. We see this coming. That one looks a little bit more like the 20, but that was a significant impact.
Very hard.
Your screen there, Josh Wise.
I had to guess a very similar incident, what we saw with the 20 and the 18.
See 47 get into the 46. That shoots him over into the side of Casey Mears 13. And how in the world
He picks up the banking right here. Nice job on the throttle, spinning the rear tires.
Roof flap came up.
Dirt tracking.
Yeah, baby, that was a nice save.
Hey, Casey Mears' dad, Roger, one of the best off-road races ever. That apple didn't fall far from the tree.
No, he comes up, and then the 43 comes down, and they just make contact.
Yep, one going up, one coming down, one going around.
And a bunch of them trying to avoid.
All right, Castle to the bottom there.
Whoa,
Well, there it is.
no,
There
no.
it is. Bam.
And there goes Dylan hard into the turn 2 wall. This time with
Drove it in there really, really hard and just got that spot.
Yeah, he just
That's
that's weird. Oh, and he's the one that ended up getting into the 46. I didn't realize that's what caused that wreck.
Yeah, he kind of just.
on back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's tight. Ooh, that's really tight. Yikes.
And that was Ryan Newman caught in the middle and going back.
Does he have a problem? I think he's got a loose tire.
He's
Yeah,
he's
got a tire.
Oh, he's got a
Round he goes.
left for a tire.
Boy, just that amount of contact. Wow.
Oh,
Trouble.
around goes
Lieutenant.
Danica Patrick. Take a look at what happens to that piece of debris.
Yeah,
There it went.
Trouble. Caution
Junior.
flag, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Far up at the top of the screen behind Danica Patrick. And there's where DiBenedetto got hit and knocked into the wall.
When was the last time we saw cars losing it by themselves? We see it every once in a while at Daytona, and we certainly saw it with the 88 and the 24 and the Ford. Oh.
Whoa, now.
Oh.
Whoa, Mikey.
Gosh,
Whoa,
got
Mikey.
knocked
I don't
out of
like the
shape.
looks
It's
of
not
this.
going to be good when he comes out. No.
No. Come on, man. Ah.
Contact, two other cars go around, and Casey Mears' car is all torn up.
Oh, man, the 78.
This car just loose early on in this race, but they did settle
no.
down much better.
Back straight away. A
48's
big hit,
around.
and Jimmy Johnson goes spinning.
Upside down. Busher. Oh, man.
Chris Buescher on his lid and lands back on his wheels. Caution.
Oh, man, we saw 4 wide.
35, Gilliland above the 3. Now McMurray in the 1, the red car, comes up, just brushes off to Dylan.
Turns him into the 35.
And Dylan gets into Gilliland. Joey Logano turned the 48. And Buescher goes for a big tumble.
I didn't think that thing was going to stop rolling there for a second, DW.
Goodness.
Really good to hear he's doing okay.
There's just it's just almost inevitable.
It's like that just sucked the 1 up into the 3, and
Pushed him
the
right up
3 had
into-
nowhere to go. The 35 was to the outside of him.
Not sure how much
Oh,
damage.
big impact by Annette down there,
Yikes.
hitting that inside wall. Luckily, there's a safer barrier there.
Great camera work capturing this. Look at
Oh, wow.
rookie Chris Buescher's wild ride down the backstretch.
It's been a while since we've seen one do this. We've seen it plenty of times here in Talladega in the past.
One thing I've noticed, I don't see a roof flap. Didn't come open yet.
Seven. And Carl Edwards in the 19 had damage from the last caution.
Oh, man.
He had a tire go down or some kind of a
Carl had
failure there.
right front. Looked like he had some damage on the right front from that wreck back there. Up the hill it went.
Oh,
There he comes.
Oh,
something
my
Wow.
definitely
man.
broke.
Something broke.
I'm not so sure he didn't just come off a pit road, or was he out there riding around for a while? But obviously,
Well, Brett Kozlowski's won here.
Car to the wall, turn 1 hard.
Oh, that's going to be big. Big.
oh, huge wreck.
Everybody.
They're still running into each other. Newman's on fire.
13 cars got away.
Here comes the push. Gets a little side drive from that 27. Just gets him in that left rear.
Got him on that left rear.
It doesn't take much.
Can't do it.
You can do that a little bit in the corner where the car's loaded up, but on the straightaway, you got to be real careful. Look like just as the 41 was getting there, the 48, moved just a little bit, and that's all it took. That little bit of contact.
Boy, you just cannot push on that left side.
Go on board here. Or
Here it is in real time.
Wow. Hammered that wall.
More than 15 cars involved in turn one.
We've had some crazy.
Oh boy, Stanley Steamer.
Whoa, there's.
And around she goes into Kenseth.
Man. Oh gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth.
Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was.
Fifth car back.
I think somebody makes contact with. McDowell got her in the left rear.
Yep.
Yeah, and then.
Oh no, she hit him in the right front. And when that happened, just got air underneath the car.
Is anybody left in this race?
Let's watch from the Goodyear aerial coverage, and you'll see several things happen here as Kenseth's car comes back down to earth.
I can tell you, a lot of teams are going to be freezing those shots to look underneath this car when they leave here.
No, I saw that.
It's not often you get to see what's underneath them.
Right behind the red 21, there's the three of them. Whoosh.
You realize how powerful the wind is in that situation. To be able to take a car of this weight, what's 3,400 pounds around approximately, and just pick it up in the air like it's a piece of paper.
There's McDowell into the 43 of Eric Almirola.
Look at that
and
thing.
Up goes Kenseth.
It's like a feather. Lord of mercy.
Now, right in front of Danica when that began to unfold was Ryan Blaney. Olive Turtle, and hopefully he got everything pulled in when they started heading for him.
I guess it wasn't Danica. They got the force. Another car that maybe had some silver on it.
Bobby Labonte, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There, Kyle Busch,
out.
Dillon. Kyle Busch and Dillon side trouble. Car hard in the wall. Two of them. Keselowski to the line. Caution had waved with Keselowski the leader, and crashing are Harvick, Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Truex. Contact between Truex and Allmendinger, and then Cole Witt turns Kevin Harvick up and into the wall, and Stenhouse and Allmendinger. Witt slides along and crashes with Truex. Caution is out. Race is effectively over. The world's fastest junkyard. Brad Keselowski, Roger Penske, and Ford win it.
I don't remember who else, got tangled up, and then we got back there and got racing where we didn't need to be racing and got crashed. But I guess it still finished, so it's just tore up.
Thanks, Kevin.
Chris?
All right, thank you. And was first.
Really up high. You see there, I heard him say he backed it in, and you see the back of the car scraping along the wall there.
There he is going into three, way up near the wall, right between 3 and 4. He gets into it.
He rides it all the way
he
to
couldn't
3
really
and 4.
get off of it.
Larson wasn't going anywhere. Hamlin had to make himself some room. Oh, no!
Work?
Lock it down right there if you can.
Are you kidding me?
How crazy was that when the 2 cars started to spin? It's like it took the air off the 11.
What in the world?
That was.
Watch his 2 car. He just comes around. There he goes around, but then that just shoves the 11 sideways, and he goes up into get into
I
Cal
understand
Larson.
why the 2 got sideways. I just never could imagine why that 11 turned sideways like that. But hey, that's the risk you're going to take when you take it 3 wide in the middle.
All the drivers are out of their cars and okay. Those that did not come back around to the garage. You'll see what happened at the exit of turn 4 at about 150 miles per hour.
Yeah, Mike, the gear just exploded, and it blew the rear end housing apart.
That wasn't the worst of it. Right behind her, Tony Stewart hit the outside wall, and the inside wall, and Jamie McMurray hit the outside wall a ton. All 3 went to backup cars.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting real
this
wide.
Thing,
Did he blow right front tire?
Yeah, it never turns, Jeff. That thing straight up the hill into the wall. That's definitely looks like a right front tire.
Luckily, he caught the safer barrier there.
Yep.
And at that point, everything's damaged so badly. Guessing it's going to bring him down to the inside safer barrier.
Wow. Not sure who that was right behind him, but what a nice save.
Yeah, something definitely broke or failed on that car. There's no doubt about that.
I think.
Inside.
You could just hear it laying down on the splitter.
I heard you saw rubber flying up off the thing before it got up into the spins. Probably gets in the oil right here, and then the Ford just had to come to a complete stop. See the 48 back here spins. Here's Harvick right behind him. 48 goes down, and the Ford just stops to keep him hitting him.
Yeah, you could see the 48 was right in the tracks of that oil that came off of Reed Sorensen's car, and it just broke loose on him.
Coming off turn 4 here.
Yeah,
look like
contact.
Looked like McMurray might have got up the hill just enough to get in the side of the 46 car, and that sent him sailing. Bam, bam.
That is right about where Danica Patrick ended up in the wall after that crash.
You can see it smoking. That's usually the rear end housing has moved around and
sliding around,
gone to the left and is rubbing the fender well, but doesn't.
I'm not sure about
that. It doesn't
that.
exactly make sense why the 34 spun out.
Not sure about that one.
Green flag.
Whoa!
No, Johnson's out of it.
Big wreck.
Can't go.
Big wreck going to happen here on the front straightaway.
No, man! You are kidding me?
Look at who came shift to third.
Third, and it just didn't. Something happened.
And then here comes trouble.
It's on from there.
Look who this takes out. The 78, the 4, 47. All these cars piling in there. Nowhere to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Bam, right into the 24.
Kyle Busch.
Going to be easier to tell you who's not involved.
Goodness gracious.
The 2, the 11.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick.
It just looks like when he went to third gear, Jeff, that it either broke the gear or they never went. I don't know what happened.
Wouldn't come out of second. It was stuck in second.
Shift.
I don't know what would cause it to do that.
And then back where Allmendinger and Newman were, everybody was coming full throttle.
Oh yeah, you're winding it up in third gear. You're getting up. You got a lot of speed at that point.
From pit road, from the handheld cameras. Well, Martin Truex electing to restart on the outside was just a bad draw.
Yeah, I don't think the way that turned out.
Battling out there on the outside of the 19. Whoa! Wreck down the back straight with the 19.
Kidding me?
Big wreck behind you. Caution south. Caution south.
Well, we knew that it might be a little wild and crazy here at the.
Yeah, he got a little loose.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think Carl got a little loose.
He was under the 41. That sucked him around just a tiny bit. The back end stepped out ever so slightly, and he had to check up, and the 42 just had momentum.
Yeah, he's sideways, and Larson's on the gas.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I mean, I understand Carl saying, hey, cut me a break. You know, he's saying, yeah, I got a little loose, and I need you to maybe check up a little bit. But and he blocked him a little bit, too. He definitely ran a low line there.
Yeah.
Pow.
That is look at that safer bear. Look at, oh my gosh, how the car looks
vicious hit.
Back.
Mean.
Imagine that. No matter how good a shape you're in, that would hurt.
It picks you up off the ground. You've had a hard hit. All right, I think I might. Just see the car gets loose off turn 4 there, and down into the grass he goes, which is wet and muddy. Woo.
You know, the drivers and the teams in these cars, they make it look so easy, like the cars are just on rails. They're not. They're not. They're on edge, just like that. And that's how easy.
Man, what the heck?
That was smoking.
That didn't look good.
I don't know if he cut a tire. Looked like he cut a right rear tire, maybe.
Larry, didn't they have some track bar issues at?
Starts to wall up here. Looks to me like he's thinking about coming to pit road.
Yep.
Miraculously, he didn't get hit, but further back.
Was there contact between Trevor Bayne and Matt Kenseth? That's the question.
Yeah, he did get a little bit of damage on the right rear quarter.
See the 5 car that really hit Tony Stewart in the left front there. That's what had me a little worried. But yeah. Tony jumped right out of that car. He was fine.
I don't know exactly how we got to this point, but we're here, and boys, it's exciting.
Larson in the wall.
Logano's in there. They both almost crashed.
You can see the yellow car of Scott. Gets up high, has to turn it off the wall, and the back end comes around.
Back it up, let you go high. Keep coming high. Clear. Good work.
Boy, it's really fortunate that 44, when he caught it, it didn't turn back right up in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. or
I think
Carl
it was Kyle Larson that was right on him. Wow.
Running right out next to the wall, Chris, and you just step over that line by just a half inch, and it could be collecting that outside wall, and that's exactly what happened to Jeffrey Earnhardt there.
All clear by half to 2 wide, still clear by 1. Still up there.
I don't know if it went into neutral or if it wouldn't come out of 4th gear, but there's a good chance that maybe it went into neutral, wouldn't go into turn into 3rd gear.
Kind of what it sounded like.
It looked like he just carried way more speed than he was
Casey
underneath
Mears.
Casey Mears, yeah. 3 wide. Oh no, Stewart.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Good grief.
Tony
Danica
Stewart
Patrick
hard in the
Stewart.
wall off Danica Patrick perhaps.
Who else got in there? Oh man.
There he is. Yeah, he had some kind of issue. Looks like with the left front. I think that may have been a brake rotor, guys. Because a left front tire, I just don't see the left front tire.
Boy, Newman got a little loose there.
Well, look at the 5 going 3 wide. Oh, contact,
Newman.
bam.
Oh no, he got into Kyle.
And Kyle
heavy.
Busch got into the wall.
Yep.
Ports it. Right behind the yellow car.
Yeah, I see some the pieces flying off right there, and then the car just goes dead.
Yeah, but
that's not a
brake
tire.
rotor. That's a brake rotor.
Yeah.
We already documented that 27 had issues with the left front brake rotor.
Yep.
Now the right front of the 3.
You know who's worried now?
The 31.
The 31.
And is the 95 that Ty Dillon is driving, is that an RCR provided car?
I thought starts. Chase Elliott getting a great restart to the outside. Look at this.
He's going somewhere.
Jimmy Johnson's coming around.
Oh no.
And he almost saved it.
Oh, he did.
He did save it.
Yeah, but big impact to the inside wall.
I think he did hit the wall.
Oh, he hit it hard.
Yeah.
The left front. Wow, look how early that car came around. I mean, there's nothing you can do as a driver when the car comes around that early.
Now, that's a clock stopper, and who's out on the racetrack again?
Oh, my goodness.
Kevin Harvick.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
He didn't get a lap again?
Nope.
Oh, my.
But
Stewart blasted out into 4th.
Oh,
hard on the wall. Goes, is that Allmendinger?
And Dale
I think
Jr.
it's the
coming
88.
across in front of traffic.
Hold the brake here, man.
Underneath A.J. Allmendinger, 3 wide between the 34. The 34 actually got loose of Chris Buescher and just made slight contact with the 88, sent him into the outside fence.
And Allmendinger, too.
Well,
Both of them got in the wall.
scrambling right here. That could have been even worse. And I think they're going to have to go to the garage with that.
Right now he's in the middle of 3 and 4. See McMurray on pit road. He's trying to get slowed down, has the brakes locked up, can't get it turned, tries to get it turned and spins the car out. So this is something that happens over and over
through the years. Now we're going to look at a replay here. Looks like a little contact there that Brian Scott got a little help in the left rear. I'm not sure exactly who that is coming at us.
Bit of a drop kick.
Yeah, it looked like it could have possibly been the 38 car maybe.
So it wasn't getting on pit road. It was up on the track itself, up
Yeah,
on the banking.
yeah, they were coming through.
Like Brian Scott and the 13 got together. We'll see right. This is exiting turn 2. Gets really narrow right there. You see Tony Stewart get loose. Might make contact with the left rear of Brian Scott. It's hard to see.
Well, he did right there.
Well, he definitely made contact with the 44 right there.
Wow.
No question about that.
Yeah, I don't know if Tony was mad because he came off the corner side by side, or if he's going to say he misjudged that, but it looks like Tony was not happy. Yeah, you can see he's on the apron. Look how far he's on the apron. So as he starts to get back on the racetrack, and we see cars using apron all night long, but that transition of no banking to grabbing him up on the banking, it's easy for a car to get loose, and you saw how quickly the car came around.
And really, this is 2 weeks in a row. You know, we've documented that the Hendrick Motorsports cars haven't been as fast as they've. The lucky dog, as hard as you hit the wall with steer right here. That's a big moment. Real loose into the corner. Heavy damage. You see how much of that deck lid is broken loose and moved to the left. That's going to take some heavy repairs, Rick.
The other rule, though, that comes into play is if you bring out the caution, you're not eligible for the lucky dog. So even though he was asking if he was in front,
Clear low, come on, low, come on.
he was the reason for the caution to come.
21. Just a little bit of contact. Oh, the 21 got in the wall.
Yep.
That's just a tough place. We talked about just a while ago, we saw Kevin Harvick not make a pass when perhaps he could have. That's why. That's how narrow the exit.
So the tire have gone away from Paul Menard.
Yes, the left rear tire is definitely down. If you go back and watch that left rear tire on the 27, doesn't go completely flat, but you see the air come out of it. It gets slack, gets close to the rim. As he walks up the racetrack, he catches the left rear of the 41 of Kurt Busch. Right there, you see the left rear tire is down on the 27. So Paul really had no control of his race car, and unfortunately for Kurt Busch, wrong place at the wrong time for the 41.
So that's the 9th caution of the evening. And a couple hard hits.
Is what do you do, Rick? You've run 5 hard laps on your tires. There's 40 laps to go. If you're Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, going to be very difficult to pit from the front 3 positions.
So underneath Clint Boyer, just gets loose.
You just thought the 15, I think, was going to be higher. And
got back into the back of him. That's Clint coming down the racetrack.
I think once you make contact to the wall, you know, kind of from then on, who knows who's in control of what. So big impact. Glad he's okay.
You know what this caution does?
Move. We've talked about Brian Keselowski being proficient at restrictor plate racing. 4 wins, and we've got trouble behind him, Rick.
Around they go.
Stay down, go up.
It looked like it was Eric Almirola that was the first to go sideways and then collecting numerous cars behind him. May have been the one of Jamie McMurray. It was a light.
Jimmy comes up, and then McMurray actually comes down and gets onto the left front. It's on from there. I mean, we talked about it earlier. As soon as somebody makes a mistake and you're in this big pack of cars, you're going to take a lot of people with you. It's just how it happens. Some of these cars riding around the back actually got in the wreck as well. So one mistake by a driver, a mistake by 2 drivers, and this is what happens. It's not just those 2.
And a bump there by the 48. The back bumper of Jamie McMurray. 78 of Martin Truex Jr. caught up. Danica Patrick also. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Brian Scott up on the hood of the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Chris Buescher, 23-year-old out of Prosper, Texas, was involved. Also that 46 of Michael Annett, another Midwesterner.
Big impact. Jamie Murray hit really hard. Ended up getting clipped in the rear, turned him to the right. Hard impact, and all these cars had nowhere to go.
Of course, Jimmy Johnson in the 48. All 4 Hendrick cars involved. Casey Kane as well. A lot of damage to the 48, the 78.
And the frustration of speedway racing is this is it. 2 drivers, Jimmy Johnson and Jamie McMurray, get into one another. Just mistakes. And their mistakes are going to cause a poor night for 15,
half the
16,
field.
17 cars. Yeah.
We're at almost 19 cars that I've counted.
And look at Kevin Harvick, how far underneath Brian Scott he is. The rear tires are on the roof of the 4 car.
Matt DiBenedetto in the 83 is up underneath the 4. And the sparks flying. So much sheet metal damage.
And things happen so. Look at the 34, how fast he's coming in there. 31.
Yep, 31 also.
Ryan Newman, he gets into the back of Greg Biffle. I mean, all these cars have significant damage. The 16 of Biffle, of all the cars that got hit significantly, he probably has the least amount of damage if it didn't damage the fuel cell.
20 of Kenseth.
A lot of big names in this wreck. See Danica in it. She was a lap. She had just gotten lapped.
who are fighting for points. Just got loose, collected the 13 and the 19 with damage. Racetrack has a little help there.
Yeah, the 42 and the 15 got together first, and that got the 15 up the racetrack, and that's what started it.
Yeah, and then the chain reaction. The 19 looks like he got out of the gas. The 21 was behind him, didn't get out of the gas as quick, got into the bumper of the 19. That's just the chain reaction.
Yeah, this start, see the 42 checked up, the 15 was in the back of him. He got up the racetrack, 10, 12 cars behind. These guys getting the wreck. Had nothing to do with the start of it, but they got the worst of it.
They'll see the finish line. Brad Keselowski out front. Around goes Kurt Busch. Keselowski's going to hang on. Keselowski wins at Daytona.
Thank you, guys. Great team effort today. Very proud. Thank you.
Probably has damage to the car. Looks like to me it probably cut a tire down, ends up getting into the wall. But all that started because of what happened the lap before. And this is what we've been talking about all weekend long. We've been seeing these kind of incidences happen. This the 48, he just got in there and got loose. I mean, plain and simple, he was underneath another car, lost the side force, lost down force, had to chase up the racetrack. It just got away from him.
Yeah, almost in a 3-wide position. I don't think if he was completely 3-wide, but Kyle Busch was looking underneath the 48. He had another car on the outside of him. It looks like it was the 21 of Ryan Blaney. Definitely a compromised position in the toughest end of the racetrack to have all that. And now we're on
front field, and now it's just the car is just not going to turn. It's going to go straight. I'm sure most likely damage from when he got in the wall earlier, although I didn't really see the right front of the car hit the wall at any point. But we have seen no tire issues in the Cup cars at all this weekend, so hard to believe it didn't have something to do with it. Mike?
And some of the leaders starting to come down.
Matt Benedetto, he's in the corner. Car looks like it just goes straight, almost maybe like another tire failure. I tell you what this has me thinking, and we heard Joey Logano say it. This race, 3 wide.
Oh, and around goes the 21 of Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott as well. The 2 youngest on the racetrack are around.
I saw it 3 wide, and I'm wondering how in the world is that going to work. 21 gets loose, gets into the side of the 24. Both of them have long nights.
That 21 was right in the middle of the 3 wide. As of getting into the chase, there the 44 of Brian Scott is sideways. Saves it coming off of 2, but then looks as though Kyle Larson may have been in the back of him when he came off of 2. And there's the heavy contact.
Yeah, and you saw the backfire out of the tailpipes of the 44 as he was trying to save the car. It looked like he was maybe on and off the throttle. His speed probably reduced. The 42 is right behind him. You see the safer barrier doing a good job absorbing some of the impact there.
When a car gets that slow in front of you, you can be all the way off the gas and you're still pushing them. You know, Kyle Larson looked to be in the back of him, but all the trouble started, and Kyle just couldn't get slowed down.
A little bit of damage to the front end of 10 of Danica Patrick, but a lot of damage to Chris Buescher's number 34. Another look. There was the impact between Chris Buescher and the 44 of Brian Scott. A.J. Allmendinger involved, as well as the 95 of Ty Dillon. Contact there also with the 7 of Regan Smith. What happened? This is in the front stretch.
Saw a lot of smoke out of the car before it hit the wall, and then the hood comes up
into the wall, top of your screen.
I'm not sure what started that, but obviously we saw him in trouble earlier. I don't know if potentially when he got next to the car beside him, if maybe he cut a tire, cut a sidewall or something. Really hard to tell. But I wonder what does Almirola, what does that team do on this stop? Tony Stewart, they're on the same strategy. Yeah, he's coming off turn 2. And
why the caution came out. In front of him, the 30 looked to be smoking.
The 30 may have gotten in the wall leaving turn 2.
The 30 of Josh.
See the 88. Left rear tire smoking right here, coming off from turn 4 down the front stretch. The 24 is to his inside. You go down into turn 1, the 88 has a flat tire.
Yep, you can already see it
up
there.
Against the wall, and when he has a flat tire, out of screen goes the 24, who I think also had a flat left front tire.
And got into the wall as well hard.
And again, we see smoke out of cars exiting turn 2.
A lot of tire smoke. Oh, and around goes the 42 of Kyle Larson. Contact was made.
Where are the guys? Be ready here.
Caution once again.
He knew he had a problem. Came off turn 1, had a problem up in the marbles, but it was like
left rear tire was down.
Sure.
Yeah. And back all the way to 4th. And around goes the 19. Carl Edwards hard into the wall. 31 also around. The 12 with the 2 of Brad Keselowski connected. Danica Patrick in the 10 also involved.
19 just gets up the racetrack. I don't know if he got loose, got tight, got into the side of 31, and behind that it's just over.
He had mentioned earlier that his car got really tight on the last restart. We saw him go off the racetrack. You wonder if it leads with the nose. It's hard to tell. Definitely gets into 31's left rear quarter panel. Nothing he could do. But how about Kevin Harvick? Hard right-hand turn, gut by the spinning 31.
That was a big hit for Carl Edwards. That was a hard hit. And also, you know, about the 4 right behind the 19. Remember, when you get that close to another car, you're pulling the air off of that car. So you're taking a lot of downforce away from that car. You have a car on the outside of you, a car underneath, in front of you. All those things make your car very, very difficult to drive. And he already had trouble on the restart before. He said his car did not turn well at all. You take the aerodynamics away from the car, the downforce, and
put distance between himself and the field. Oh, around goes the 6. Trevor Bayne into the inside wall. The 15 of Clint Boyer also.
Yellow's out.
Caution is out. They didn't get back to the white. We will now have overtime. We're in overtime, sponsored by Credit One. And around goes the 1 of Jamie McMurray. He'll slide back up the racetrack. Caution is out again. Sometimes you're going the wrong way, but that time, a little help from Jeff Gordon.
Oh, that's a big hit. And you see the duct came out of his car, so it looked like to me he had a right front tire failure. Spot for sure, but
he's running 4th, and it looks like the 41 of Kurt Busch gets right into the back of that 42.
Look at this.
And the 22 gets into the back of the 41. As Kurt was checking up, Joey Logano got into the back bumper.
How did he not?
Stevens has rallied the team and put them to work behind the wall, getting ready to bring the 18 in, perhaps to do service on it behind the wall at the right opportunity.
Something broke there. Yeah, he went sideways and it's broke, and now the caution's going to come out for the 18. Contact as well.
Larson in it. Kyle Larson's in it.
Brad Keselowski was able to get by. Oh, and sideways goes the 41. Contact with the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Caution comes out. The 21 also involved.
Inside.
Amazes me. You heard Kevin Harvick get out of the gas, saw the accident happen, but then has enough just talent, really. Talent and sense to get back in the gas. Look at Jimmy Johnson for a big slide here. But, you know, enough talent to get back into the gas to drive through the wreck before they have a chance to get up and get him. With the 24, Jeff, you were mentioning, it looks like some heavy damage to the hood and the nose. It'll be interesting to see if there's any damage to the cooling system. That's right up there in that area.
See, Paul Menard had the right front tire locked up to try to miss the wreck, so he may have flat spotted it.
Ryan Blaney in the 21. It was just behind him. Stenhouse Jr. into the wall. Back out. There was some contact made behind him, and then big contact from Jimmy Johnson.
I mean, from that angle, it looked like Stenhouse lost it off the long carousel, got loose, leaving the carousel, trying to carry speed, just got loose, and now he gets back out on the racetrack.
Heavy shot for Jimmy Johnson into the side of the 17. You see 16 of Greg Biffle also getting into the Armco, the 3 of Dylan. We've seen some major crashes here, Jeff. Unfortunately, I know you've been a part of at least one. It's that blind sweeping corner. So we're going to see right here.
We got loose. Back out into the racetrack. Big impact.
Because Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was about.
Carl Edwards right here. Oh, it all starts with the 23 of David Reagan underneath. It looked like the 31 of Ryan Newman just got loose in the carousel. 19 and the 15 just had really nowhere to go. It's just that blind sweeping corner. It's just very hard for the drivers to look, too far ahead.
You have to do in this situation. So, see right there, a little farming in the inner loop. Bunch of debris on the racetrack.
It's 38 of Landon Castle that spins around in the inner loop. And you see all the dirt.
Yeah, the reason NASCAR throws a caution is because there's so much dirt in the inner loop. The next guy that goes through that, is under green, and we saw it yesterday in the Xfinity race. Like, it's
both of them aggressive into turn number 1. Could lose the lead here going up the S's. Big wreck behind him. 2 cars go around.
Way back onto the racetrack. A lot of dirt on the track. Drivers can't see. They all get stacked up. Now it's a chain reaction.
More than 4 cars.
Trying to make a pass off turn 4 and just loose off turn 4. That's something that, Steve, you and I have seen many times.
Absolutely.
It's just so little grip on the bottom, trying to accelerate out of there, especially. He's driving on the front straightaway, driving into turn 1 right there. Tires down. There's nothing he can do. He's along for the ride. Did a pretty good job of the initial contact in the wall. Wasn't really hard. He was able to.
Ricky Stenhouse underneath him. Basically, Paul Menard just comes down. It's kind of a late replay. You'd have to see it earlier on the straightaway, but it looked to me like the 17 was inside the 27. See the 13 here getting into the back of the 93, goes down into the corner. And I think he's going to get a little help.
Yes, I do too. I think 93 was upset.
Yep.
Just turn him around, getting into the corner.
Not the first time we've seen that. It's easy to predict the help. You've seen enough upset drivers, but as entering turn 1. Looks like a flat left front tire straight. That's a hard shot.
And that was my point about Larson. Like,
doesn't matter for the 47 team. They're going to come down to get fresh tires.
It's the only thing that had a problem on the straight. The left front tires, it's locked up. Tires flat. Side. Contact right there.
Right away, the 23 of David Reagan saw a lot of right front damage as he got into the left rear.
That would be the magical answer.
Could this be the last caution?
I think this really helps. This short run to the caution is going to help cars like Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson, who just came to put on tires, Clint Boyer back at 24th. I know there are a lot accelerates, gets inside the 14 as they enter the backstretch.
Yeah, we've seen this several times. The cars haven't, getting into turn 1, and the 14 just kept coming down on the 31 on the back straightaway. Wasn't happy maybe with what went on in turn 1, and
big impact by the 23, and you see right there Chris Buescher kind of bounces between them. Yeah. Luckily gets through, but that was a really big impact for the 23 of David Reagan. It's great to see him climb out.
With the window net down right away.
This would be a great view of it, Jeff. Just as it comes down the backstretch, I know the 14, I'm not sure if he's unhappy with the 31 or if he's trying to protect the position, but he just continues to come from the high lane down to the low lane, and the 31 has nowhere to go. Ryan Newman, you heard him even play with the throttle. I'm not sure he was trying to measure how aggressive he wanted to be, but they make contact and spin at the bottom of the backstretch.
Check up, stay high, stay high, stay high, stay high. Stop, 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 stop.
The 43 was just lucky nobody was in front. He was locked up.
Carl Edwards in the 19 coming up the racetrack.
I mean, if did the 14 possibly have a left rear tire going down? I mean, look, in watching it looked like they just got into one and he got mad at Newman and just started coming down on him to show he was upset, and then they got hung up. And
I mean, without a doubt, the 14 and him coming from the right to the left down the straightaway is the cause of the accident. The question is why? Was he doing it to protect? Was he mad at the 31? Did he have a tire going down? We'll have to talk to the drivers involved and see what they have to say, but you would exceed
half of a lap away until this caution happened of being in the chase. No chance of a new winner coming in. So what will all these guys do now?
See the 7 just lose it. I can't tell if the left rear tire is down or if he just spins out.
It's just at the right of your screen.
Is way up against the wall. Car comes around right in the middle of the corner. Spins it out. Luckily nobody was right behind him. And I tell you something else, this helped. This spin by the 44 car, that helped Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart was very good.
Didn't have a lot of speed in that first practice, and I was trying to get a little bit more where I'd seen some of my other teammates where they were running, and I hit the brakes, and I don't know if we got on the splitter a little bit, a combination of everything. Just
between Clint Boyer and Michael McDowell.
Yeah, you see the 50 and the 95 get together, and there's pretty heavy damage on that left rear. We've seen how easy it is for that tire to be cut down. And then right here, just the tire's flat. He's trying to do his best to get to pit road, but loops it. And the issue is here, that's right in the racing groove as he goes back up the racetrack.
Outside, you can see Trevor Bain coming to our screen. He's already turned around backwards. You heard him say he felt like he had a tire go down. Something happened to the race car, so I don't think...
Kansas has a pretty good gap between he and Kevin Harvick as they go down into turn 3, and around goes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming out of 2.
78 for sure did a great job. We see everybody battling right here. The 17 and 27 look like made contact. Sent the 17 around. So we talked about people coming in and putting tires, others not putting on tires. The result of that was Denny Hamlin had gone all the way back to 18th. Jamie McMurray 16th. So those guys not having tires, people coming behind them. Now what do, Steve? Do they come in and try to put tires, or do they just keep
on to pit road? Take a look at what happened.
No, obviously right front tire failure, and we saw this in the Xfinity race, and this is a product of very limited practice time, not really getting an understanding of where you are on your cambers, and if you exceed your cambers here, it's very hard on the inside edge of the tire, and the tire will fail. So
running the high line, I would say that's a good thing in that situation. He was and collects the 13 of Casey Mears with him. Take a look.
You can see the left front smoking really badly as he enters the corner. He knew something was wrong. He was trying to get out of the way, get on pit road, but got in the corner, probably just wouldn't turn. The 13 on the outside of Casey Mears just did nothing wrong, just in the wrong place.
Running third, Alex Bowman. After winning this race last year, up into the wall he goes. Looks like he might have had a tire issue.
That's what we talked about. Steve just mentioned if you're better off pitting early than waiting.
So the 18 will get the free pass. Take a look at the 22 of Logano, hard into the wall.
Yeah, that was a hard impact. That's going to be, they're going to have to go behind the wall and fix that. I'm sure it was another tall. So, but just at the angle of impact, all those sorts of things, something mechanically happened to hit the wall like that. So with the tire failures we've seen, you have to assume that's what it is. The other tires, the other teams will certainly have to assume that. So again, they'll be afraid to put 2 tires on here, I think.
Oh, and he gets bumped from behind by the 78. Around goes the 3 on the restart. The 24 of Chase Elliott also around. Hard contact by Austin Dillon. Also caught up. The 44 of Brian Scott.
In this position. 78 just got in the back of him, trying to push him. Not trying to wreck him, trying to push him to help him, but as you said, heavy impact for Austin.
The 18 got into the back of the 24. That's why the 24 went around.
You see right there, the 78 gets underneath the back of the 3, trying to push him. You see the 11, it pushed the 48 hard enough to knock the 48 out of his line as well. How much damage is on the 18?
And again, the 3 of Austin Dillon.
You see that's the 1 of Jamie McMurray in the middle, 3 wide, makes contact with, I believe that's the 88 on that right front tire. We saw the smoke, and as he goes down into turn 3, just goes straight, which I would have to believe probably cut that right front tire or had a leak. The 1 never even.
Junior, when that caution came out, looked as though he was scored as the first car a lap down, but we'll have to wait from NASCAR to find out if he will get the free pass.
Well, the first thing we have to determine from NASCAR is if he is a lap down, because when the caution comes out, he then has to race, as we see Josh Wise in the wall. He has
road, and now the 42 up against the wall.
I heard him saying something about having some sort of an issue. I believe it was their radio we were listening to, but hard to tell what happened right there. Maybe the 24 radio we were listening to.
Hamlin looks like he almost wiggles and comes up in front of him. I don't know if he needs to get out of the gas or what. And the 11 just basically makes contact. But I can't believe Denny just ran into him on purpose. We're going to have to see that look a few more times.
Well, you heard the spotter. He said, did I give him room? And he said, well, you're going to pick that up.
We saw it just moments ago. And around goes the 16. The 83 falling up to the wall. 3 of them into the wall as it came out of 4.
That's a tough break for Biffle. He had a good car, led some laps
with the racetrack. And he's kind of down half a lane. Jeffy Earnhardt's in the middle, gets in the left rear quarter panel. sends a 16 spinning and collects the 13 of Casey Mears. As we talked all week long, the 13 of Casey Mears not doing anything wrong. They crash and come right in front of him.
It almost looked like the 16 maybe was going to think about going with Buescher. He wasn't all the way up against the wall. Saw Buescher in the middle lane, maybe going to go there. Earnhardt thought he was going to go to the...
He falls in right in front of the 24. And Chase Elliott, around they go behind Elliott. It was the 5 of Casey Kane. He spun the caution, comes out. They were just behind the 24 of Chase Elliott. The 1 of Jamie McMurray.
So there's a lot of tension right now. How many races, Steve, have you been part of where you drop the green flag with 3 or 4 to go on a restrictor plate and you, I mean, it is so stressful. You just assume there's going to be a big wreck. It's crazy.
Everyone will be fighting for real advantage. He moves down to the double yellow line.
And the 88 gets...
And around goes the 88. Alex Bowman slides into the infield. The caution comes out. There will be overtime. In there, and like he was parking to get ready to go to lunch. And around goes the 17 and into the wall.
You could hear the wheel hop, couldn't you?
He's crashed before he ever gets to the corner. You saw the back come around, couldn't turn the wheel, and then, like you said earlier, the back is still hopping as he tries to get on the brakes, and eventually you just run out of real estate.
That looks exactly like what happened to them in New Hampshire.
Right.
I mean, when I was watching that, it was almost a...
You see he's already backwards up out of the groove, carrying quite a bit of speed. So to your point, Jeff, he either had an issue like a wheel hop issue or had like, so on board right here, oh, that looks like a melted bead for sure. It just goes straight, and that is some heavy contact. I don't think that's just sheet metal damage.
No, that's big. Just got loose, came around on him, but no contact. Well, this is if you're driving the 18 car and you're in the chase, this is not what you want to see. A car spinning out right in front of you. Nice job.
Keep coming now, it's gassing. All right.
It's not only you, what you're trying to miss this wreck, but it's the guys behind you also. So many times you have to slow down much more than you want to.
Right up against the wall.
The same as we saw a little bit earlier. Or just got loose on that top lane, and again, no contact, luckily. Having to turn the wheel back left quickly.
The left front tire goes flat with the...
Entering turn 3.
He didn't think the 23 was going to race him down into the corner, and the 23 was there and turned, made contact. I think Austin Dillon gets really fortunate right here, never really hits anything. May have damaged the splitter just a little bit, but
keep their championship hopes alive. And now a 4-car advantage over second place and into the wall. Hard hit by the 3 of Austin Dillon. Sliding through the 13. Casey Mears gets into the back of the 44 of Brian Scott.
Already diving below the yellow line. It's legal sideways. It's the 22 and the 42. 42 continues sideways. The caution comes out. Trevor Bain goes around in the 6.
Road at the same time, and I think Newman gets into the back of the 42. You see Newman has the car locked up trying to get slowed down and just didn't get slowed down. Ends up spinning the 42. Lucky none of them got into that wall.
There, as they checked up.
And 3-car had obviously some sort of an issue. He was slowing way down and turning to the left, and Greg Biffle got into the back of him, and then 48 got into the back of him. So
take a look at what happened to McDowell.
Your tire just came apart.
A long. Bubba trying to block. He gets into the 20. The 20 slides. The 18 goes by. The caution hasn't come out yet. Now it does. The 20 of Kens at the end of the wall.
Right up against the wall.
He gets in the wall, and it's just going to ride the wall.
Outside, Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good go Devo. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19. And the caution comes back out again.
That is exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do. Big fire of the 78. But that is what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, the wreck isn't what we thought. Martin Truex Jr. needs to get out of this race car.
Very aggressive on the restart. The flames rolling out from underneath the hood of the 78. flag comes out. Martin Truex Jr. is out of the car. Huge contact for the 19 of Carl Edwards. First it was the inside wall.
The 22 gets a big run. Carl sees him coming. He goes to block. 22 does not slow up. Stays in the throttle. Big wreck.
And the 22 really ended up getting a lot better out of that situation because it looked as though Brad Keselowski laid completely off of him, the 22's teammate.
Well, he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want anything to do with the accident or the championship battle. But you see the 48's blocking the 2 to the bottom.
And listen, if you're a Carl Edwards fan, you're upset at Joey Logano. If you're a Joey Logano fan, you're upset at Carl Edwards. That right there is Joey Logano being aggressive, making a very, very aggressive move, but he got a good restart. Carl Edwards had no choice but to block. If he doesn't turn left, Joey Logano's next to him entering turn 1. He's in the middle of 3 wide. Worst possible scenario for Carl. Carl turns left, trying to block a championship on the line. Joey's there. In a big wreck, and I don't blame Carl Edwards.
Not at all.
He had to block. That's what he had to try to do.
But I don't blame Joey Logano, because if he lifts with 10 to go, it's over. He's lost the championship right there. He didn't hit the 19 in the bumper. He was inside
a championship.
I mean, this is what's on the line. 4 drivers, an entire season, a championship. Neither Joey Logano nor Carl Edwards have ever won a championship.
Really, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch, of the 2 championship contenders remaining out on the track. Actually, Joey Logano's still out there, but will have a little bit of damage to the car. But those 2 benefit the most from this because they were able to get through.
What a big impact.
Huge.
To be honest, I've been focused so much on that restart, I didn't realize the degree of that impact.